franchise. This is week 3, and yeah, if you look at the date of this video, it's actually after the real game happened against the Saints. So I'm pissed off that we lost that game. Feel like we should have won that. Had plenty of opportunities. So in this game, hopefully, I'm able to show how this game really should have gone. The reason why it's on this right here, for whatever reason, week 2 never recorded, and I had played that game at least 2 weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks back, and it never recorded when I did it. So I figured I'd just show you all the little box summary real quick. As you can see, we dominated the Panthers the entire game. You know, we ended up winning 31-3. So yeah, not much else to go on there. It was a good game though. But once again, for me, I tended to get more rushing yards than passing yards. That's just the way that I play, I guess. But that being done, let's go ahead and get into week 3 here. Get this thing going. And they also have the Saints at 2-0 as well. So.
Pull new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like true goy, imagine me do boy, you could never do what I do boy, still ducking that I did boy, in Paris for a hit boy.
Running free! It's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, Devontae Freeman. Fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action.
And by the way, if y'all haven't seen that statue right there of the Falcon in person, it is worth seeing.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles
Davis. And of course, since this franchise is actually old enough, this before a lot of the current rosters.
They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001. And that's the veteran Drew Brees.
We got to change that today.
Performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
So you can get some quick pressure on him.
Brees now on first down.
There we go.
Here's one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
Chief Riley picking it off. First pass of the game. Just like I was saying we needed to do. Come out there and pick it off.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there.
Let's go.
The very first play from scrimmage. You just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Let's get outside. Let's come on.
On second down, Freeman. Oh, what a move. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after the strong run.
And I apologize if I do sound a little hoarse. Like I said, I literally just got
Another
back
good
from
run there
going
for
to
a
the
guy who,
game,
remember,
so
on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
I tend to lose
Yeah,
my
you know it
voice a
takes
little
some
bit.
solid runs and some extra special ones in order to
Between
win
that
that type of an award. I
officiating
think he's
high
locked
school
in and wants to get it
football
done a
and stuff.
second time.
Now it's Ryan. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because
a little too far outside.
Scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to it.
I'm a firm believer in taking the points when you can.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them that's it.
The Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been
everybody locked up.
I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Protection's certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Shotgun now for Brees. And
let's go.
There. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And running back Mark Ingram is coming into his own as a runner in the NFL. Over 1,000 yards each the last 2 seasons. And now he's teaming with Alvin Kamara in a backfield where both of them can run the football effectively and both of them can catch it out of the backfield as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brees.
Oh, I
deep
missed.
Here for Coleman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
We will take that.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
That deep of a pass, but let's go ahead and take it and we'll do what we can with it.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover.
Oh, no. Throw it away. Oh, come on.
To go with it, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players.
All right, I haven't had much luck with screen passes
but in the end,
but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Here's Ryan on the screen. This is Coleman. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free. It's 3rd down.
They were all over there.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by a former first-round pick, Patrick
Seemed like everyone was locked up that way. I don't know what was going on.
At the 36-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Gets it to Meredith complete.
How did he get open?
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Nobody should have been
open.
open.
On the first down completion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From nearby Norcross, Georgia, Talvin Kamara.
Oh, no.
And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yards that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 2nd down,
there we go.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Gotta make these plays.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Breeze on 3rd down.
How did he burn that
Did he
bad?
keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Why can he not hit him
down
hard? What is
inside the
going on?
15, shy of the 10.
Yo, I'm trying to light
more on that
Kamara
one, and
up, and
another
just
1st
bouncing
down.
off of these tackles.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Breeze now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints.
It's like we aren't pressing at all.
Cameron
Press,
Meredith,
he
his
should be
first
delayed
touchdown
even a
of the
little
new
bit on that.
season. And the
He must have
Saints
broke
have
it right
taken
away.
the early lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. One quarter down, 7-3 the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
Doggone Cameron Meredith making that play out there.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. And here now come the Falcons. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
We can't even hold the edge.
But you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
To throw is Ryan. And it's hauled in by
Austin Hooper. Get the 1 yard.
He'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's got Sanu. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Ryan on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jones.
Incomplete.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on
I was
first
about
down
to
completion.
say. Sounded like they said incomplete.
Well, sometimes it doesn't appear like much. The out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. The reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
Now the pitch to Freeman.
Stay on your feet, Free.
Stay on your feet. He's got room to run. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That's a big league run. Takes him down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I would bet you know.
He will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game. Because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And it's caught. The tight end Hill.
Can we make a tackle?
Down he goes,
like
but he
a real
takes
thing
it
out
to
there
the
today,
40.
man. I was so
15
pissed
yards
off
there
when
on the
Breeze had
catch
that
and
run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Part of the reason
right
there
and I
down
can't
was
get
his
it.
big performance in the NFC title game, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that.
I was going to send that blitz, but not when they got trips.
He wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Again, this is Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line.
Campbell got hurt. Come on.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to bounce out.
What?
And now this is intercepted.
He read the route before we freaking ran it.
Picked off by Marshall Lattimore. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacked. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He
held on to
and
that.
They do
Are you
stop
kidding
him,
me?
He takes it all the way to the 2.
Are you kidding me?
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Now they stepped up to Ridley.
First down now, but that clock
That
rolling.
safety move to the middle. It should be open.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. 20!
There you go.
And this one brought in by Sanu. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down.
Oh,
And
he
his
swatted
throw
it
here's
out.
incomplete.
That was actually a really good play. That was a really, really good play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. 3rd down here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his first touchdown here in the new campaign. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-17.
That's plenty of time for Birdies.
5 plays there on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee. And they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
I want to be right up in the back pocket, dog.
So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock.
Here we go.
Come on.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. So he got free at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Breeze to throw again.
Oh, pick it! Oh, we gotta have that.
The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down.
Got to have that.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Again, it's Breeze.
There it is.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now it's Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, good move. A little juke. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Yeah, they're just going to take a knee. All right.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin at Bank of America Stadium, Cincinnati in town to take on Carolina. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From there, let's check on the champs as we're off to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital, see what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Randall Cobb, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. In our game, it was the right arm of Drew Brees that led the way in the first half. His guys are out in front as we send you back over to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
Oh my goodness, we let him go.
Be positive with them. Guys, we're right
We
there.
had it.
Just not playing as well as we need to.
We had a
Let's
lane,
pick
we
it up.
bounced it out.
And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they
Nowhere
can pick it
makes
up.
a freaking play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that'll be incomplete.
Thank you. Call that pass.
We do have a
interference,
penalty
man.
flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
Thank you.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
First down.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
We finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Coleman now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Somebody's got a
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On second down, Ryan. The left side completion
Good job,
to Jones.
Julio.
And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
I'm realizing running to the
Doubling
right
this guy
side
has
may
to be a
trouble.
priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us,
There
and he's
it
like,
is.
hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah,
come
man,
on,
he's just a
Julio.
whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And is that Jones, the one slow to get up? Yes, Julio's still down right now.
He's not still there.
While the
You just
training
saw him
staff
literally
takes a
run off
peek,
the field.
we'll take a break.
Still down right now. They had to get him off for me, I guess, because I sure enough was killing the Saints with him. Come on.
So it looks like
You
somebody
did
may
not,
have
Jake
forgotten the
Matthews.
snap count.
You did not
and a
move on
5-yard
that.
penalty ensues.
False start. Offense.
Expect this from the visiting
Torn
team when
pec.
playing indoors.
Out
but not
for the
home team.
season?
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right?
Oh.
The home crowd's supposed to help
Yeah.
them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, first and goal. Here's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And that's incomplete.
Hold the freaking ball.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
This will be caught at about the 6.
Run backwards.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point.
I'm still pissed.
That drive took him inside to 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On second down, here's Breeze.
And another.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Vic Beasley. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He'll let it fly in the direction again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman.
Why can't we block anybody? That's what I don't get.
Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
That guy ran way outside.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Like 10, 15 yards.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Get after Breeze again.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT.
Get it. Somebody get it.
Now
Oh, my
Breeze
goodness.
lost the football.
There we go.
Falcons grab it, and that will set them up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
I know it's a phrase that sounds really cool, strip sack, but all we're talking about is getting to the guy, getting to the passer, making the tackle, making the play, but do a little bit extra, right? Stripping the ball out, working the arm free. That's become a big emphasis for all defenders.
Yeah, and as a defender with the emphasis, this is something that's practiced.
Practiced all the time. Taking the ball away, creating turnovers. That's really job 1 for any defense because that's how you win in today's NFL.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
He's going to get it running right. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Nope.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one.
There it is.
And he gets in.
Let's go, Coleman.
Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2. Here's Ryan to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before.
Come on.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke.
Now Breeze wants the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigs get it to the 7-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off, here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over.
They give it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I'm not about to throw this close.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. And Bryant's kick is good.
8-point game.
And that'll push the lead up to 8.
Still 1
So
score.
3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been
That
solid,
they've got
hasn't
to
he?
not only
And
get a
he lives
touchdown,
up to
but
the
2-point
adage that every
conversion.
offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick.
See if we can keep getting out to Drew Brees here, man.
Field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense
Here we
the
go.
relief, though?
Empty backfield. Somebody coming free. We got 6 blitzes. We got 5 blocks.
Back out on the field and start
Somebody's
this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Ooh, true. You got burned.
They recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a Turkey Bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like.
Still don't make up for that big
and so far, it's working for both of them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here we go.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time He was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm guy with the right foot in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Into the third.
We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
I wouldn't expect anything less from a game like this. So.
It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
All right, we're close enough. He can't get burned now. I mean, look how close we are to the end zone. There's no way you can burn somebody when you've only got, what, 15, 20 yards to work with tops.
Breeze now on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
I didn't know he was still playing.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Breeze on 3rd down.
How do you get burned?
Touchdown, New Orleans.
In that short of amount of time.
Michael Thomas with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints move back within a couple of the lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
There we go.
And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half.
We should be able to block
up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on.
There it is.
Now they're being...
Go.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him.
Let's go.
Falcons.
Let's go.
Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game.
Now it's officially a 2-score game.
So they hit pay dirt on just 1 play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Might be a little bit more held back here.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this is caught. I think he got that with 1 hand. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Reach back
a gain of 6 there on 1st.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, But I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball
Nice hit,
gloves to begin
Garrett.
with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it, and the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down.
Oh, they're going for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go with Kamara. And boy, this is going to be close.
Did we get him or did he get
looks
it?
a little short, and he didn't get there.
Yes.
Alvin Kamara unable
stop,
to push
defense.
past that yellow line. And the Falcons will
stop.
take control of the football in great field position.
Now we will chew the clock.
So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense.
We're already in
right
field
now, really
goal
hoping
range
for a
too, so
turnover.
really all we got to do is just hold on to it.
Get up!
And I'm cool with that.
Freeman again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it'll be 3rd and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Given 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ooh.
And Bryant's kick is good.
I thought they were about to block that.
And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places.
And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have to do.
Let's go, defense. You gonna send that route, him coming across the
Brandon,
middle
I don't
like
want to
that?
violate any of our
No
broadcasting
respect.
rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
I'll take another
field
goal.
The run defense
I do not care.
this
And this is
time.
what I tell you.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Imagine all the field goals
in
that we
this
didn't have in this
situation
game,
with a
about
lead
3 or 4
4th
field
quarter,
goals.
they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It'd be a much
It's just
closer
smart
game.
football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
One more play will take a 13-minute warning.
Offensive line. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
All right, now we'll get them using their timeouts. Can we flip that? No. All right, well, we'll run with it anyway on this side.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Do not care as long as they have to use their timeouts. Keep that clock moving. You see, this is what the Falcons should have did right before halftime today in real life. Instead of throwing it on that last play, which allowed for them to get a field goal right before the 10-yard line.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively.
All right. So they got one timeout left. We make this. It's a 15-point game.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme.
Onside
He's
kick,
now hit
score
5 of them
again,
in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you, symptomatic?
Yeah.
Come on,
your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
Breeze to throw on second down. And Hill with it over the middle. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On first down, Breeze. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
We can target him.
Good for 4. It's second down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze.
Pickett.
Jarred it loose.
What a shot.
It's incomplete.
What a shot.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now, Breeze again. And Ginn's got it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Are they spiking it?
And with 45 seconds showing, he spikes the football.
Still at a timeout, but they're going to spike it. No, I don't see a need to switch it up. I'm cool with this.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Shotgun now for Breeze. Gets it to Meredith complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's caught on the right side of Smith. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. 1st and 10. Here's Breeze.
He ran out.
I think he caught it. He did, but
that's illegal touching.
It'll be incomplete.
I was about to say,
and unable
he ran
to
out of
it's
bounds,
incomplete.
untouched, caught it, and then came
And
back
the clock
in.
stopped at 8 seconds.
That's illegal touching.
An incomplete pass
Unless
on
he's
first
forced out.
down.
But even
that
then,
leads to a
if you run out of bounds,
2nd
you
and 10.
cannot be the first person to touch the ball.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll go down.
Good play.
Brought down at the 20-yard line. Tech McKinley in there to record another sack. There's 6
that is
of the
called
afternoon.
And that's how it should have gone down today, dog. Still a shootout.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Atlanta, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
Good night.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
I will gladly take that. Although I'm still pissed about the Julio thing. Ricardo Allen, free safety. Yeah, you gonna play zone. Let's do that easily. So we got Austin Hoop. Good night. That's a lot of things to upgrade. And KZ. Excuse me. He's also free safety. So yeah, we'll hit that zone on him. Alright. That's the Julio injury, out for the year. So, if he's out for the year, we can go and place him on IR. And that frees us up to go sign somebody else. So let me see if I can do that real quick. I doubt there's anyone that great out there, but... Oops, wrong thing. Eli Rogers, huh? I tell y'all what, I'll let y'all know at the beginning of the next one who I ended up choosing. But for now, hope y'all enjoyed it. Next week we got the Bengals game, so we will be blacked out like they were doing in real life. So until next time.